Well, good morning. This is Pastor Brian Anderson, and we are in Matthew chapter 18, verses 8 and 9. This is what Jesus says. If your hand or your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it from you. It is better for you to enter life crippled or lame than to have 2 hands or 2 feet and to be cast into the eternal fire. If your eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out and throw it from you. It's better for you to enter life with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and to be cast into the fiery hell. So in this passage, Jesus is using hyperbole to make some really important points. He says we must be willing to cut off a hand or a foot and to gouge out one of our eyes if that is causing us to stumble. So what are the truths that Jesus is seeking to impress upon us? I can think of 2 of them right off the bat, major points. Number 1, we must deal radically with the sin in our lives. We must not amuse ourselves with sin, surrender to sin, flirt with sin, or coddle sin. We must use the strongest measures possible to put sin to death, which is exactly what the Apostle Paul tells us to do in Romans 8:13. We are to kill sin. Number 2, hell is so horrible that we must go to any lengths to avoid it. Jesus refers to it as the eternal fire and the fiery hell in this passage. He says it's better to gouge out an eye or chop off a hand than to end up with 2 eyes or 2 hands in hell. Now, do we really believe this? So, just a couple of questions for you today. First of all, what are you doing about sin in your life? Are you tolerating it? Or are you crucifying it? Number 2, what do you believe about hell? Does the way you deal with sin indicate that you believe that hell is real and that impenitent sinners will end up there?